And when we all came back from holiday, it was announced in assembly that Snowy had died. Now, it was well known that Janine and all her family were on the welfare. Now, I'm not saying that Janine's family ate the rabbit. All I am saying is, it stands to reason, you don't let the poor kid take the rabbit home. Why put temptation in their way?
Good afternoon. Glad you saw fit to join us.
Bunking off.
You know, we'd sort of get really excited about bunking off. It'd be like kind of creating this plan, this great escape. So that we'd all get to bunk off and it'd be brilliant. And we'd be like, go and hang out down by the river, because that's the cool place to go. So we'd all get down to the river and then just sort of sit there and go, right, have a fag. And then nobody had any money. We'd have about 20p between us. And in those days, you could go as far as you wanted on a bus for 10p. So we'd get the 285 to Heathrow Airport because we could, then get the bus back.
The one day we decided, right, we're going to do it. It was PE, because we all hated PE. We decided to all bunk off en masse. And it was literally the stupidest idea ever, because every single one of us just left school Friday lunchtime on the same day. And even the stupidest teacher's going to go, hang on, I don't need to be some sort of educational Columbo to realise they've all gone because they're all mates. And we all got letters home. But I was the only one who intercepted the letter, wrote a word-processed reply, signed it in my mum's signature, sent it back to school, never heard anything.
I mean, I had such a conscience that guided me in school that the thought of mooching, as we called it, and playing truant was just like, something I just couldn't do. And I remember trying to do it once, lasting about 5 minutes. I think I barely got out the school gates before I turned back, went in and apologised for being late, and never thought about mooching again.
We called it dogging in Scotland. People were dogging school, and if they dogged for long enough, they get a dogger's card, which was a card that you had to get your teacher to sign at the end of every lesson, as opposed to the register that you hadn't been appearing on for 2 weeks.
So we used to sometimes skive off and go and play Crown Green bowls, which the old man's sport really, but it was good fun. That all, I seem to remember we did a can-can line on our backs quite a lot.
John's Not Mad.
John's Not Mad was a QED documentary about a boy with Tourette's syndrome, and everyone the next day was copying John, and there were some real classic moments in the documentary. For some reason they took this John to the quietest places going. They took him to a library.
The whispering silence of the local library is an impossible challenge.
Fuck off!
And there was a classic scene where he's in a supermarket and his mum asks him, John, what kind of biscuits do you want? And he says, the C word, and it isn't custard cream.
And obviously his condition is extremely difficult for him and his family, but obviously it's hilarious. His illness is doing or saying the very thing you shouldn't do or say in any given circumstance. But the bit of his brain that tells him not to is also the bit of his brain that's completely in charge and makes him do it.
Fuck off.
After the documentary was shown in the playground, it was basically a license to swear for all kids, man. And you've never seen so many undiagnosed cases of Tourette's syndrome in your life. You'd be running around the playground saying, fuck, shit, bollocks. And the teacher saying, you know, you got detention. Miss, I can't fucking help it. I've got Tourette's. Give me a fucking break. Come on, you fucking bitch. I'm a sick man.
For me, the best bits were not the swear words, but just the abuse words. So there's a fantastic moment when he's getting a bit of help. He's in sort of social care, and they're trying to stimulate him by sending him to a flower arranging class. And he's there in this greenhouse with lots of pots, and he's got flowers and plants and shrubs and all the rest of it. And it's all going really well, and he hasn't sworn for a while, and there's this woman helping him. And it's great, and she helps him. She hands him a bit of soil, and he just says, fucking prostitute. And it was actually the word prostitute that really broke me up, because it showed a lot of detail. It's a very focused insult, you know, because sort of swearing and saying fuck off and you're a bastard is one thing, but these little vignettes of calling this woman a prostitute, who was a social worker, a very worthy woman in her 50s, it was the most perfect moment.
If you require extra paper, raise your hand.
Knobs.
I haven't done one of these for ages, so I'm a little bit rusty. You'd start with the balls, and then you'd have it like that, bit like a butternut squash.
Now, the indentation at the top of the helmet is something a lot of people neglect to remember, but it's an important detail, and it shows you've got experience.
And then you've got the hair to show it was of legal age. The last thing you want to do is draw a young boy's penis. That would be wrong.
Then if you want, you'd have a bit of jizz coming out there.
Veins are something, a very unsung hero of the penis drawing is a couple of veins. Couple of veins.
I think that's medically called a Jap's eye. I think that's the accepted term. I don't think it's offensive. I think doctors actually use that.
Or if you were nasty, then you'd have someone's mum's mouth and her nose.
See, my classic speed double was always just about speed. It wasn't art, it wasn't beauty, it was always about speed, because that's where the fun was. It wasn't drawing. Some lads would take ages colouring them in during lessons, putting hair on them and stuff like that. No, mine was just about getting that on the page as quickly as possible. And, I mean, I'm a bit rusty now, so it'll probably be a couple of seconds, but it used to be really, really quick. And even now, I could probably just go, that's a speed dobber. Okay? If I had an extra bit of time, maybe that. But that's a speed dobber. Again, you know, it's ruined someone's book, and it's effective. Job done, to be honest.
Here's what I'd do. The two pendulous balls there, and perhaps a couple of hairs on a fly hovering around there and there, perhaps down there, and then this, it would go up like this. So like that. So it'd look a bit like that. Well, I didn't want to do the standard ones, that, innit? But that's boring, so forget that, and that's it.
That's not a cue to start chatting.
Upside down calculators.
I think everyone did this at school. Someone discovered a brilliant invention. You could actually write rude words on a calculator, and you could look at them upside down and spell a rude word. I think everyone knows this one. That's boob. Or, plural, I've done that wrong. That's spoobs.
There you go. B-O-O-B-I-E-S, boobies. You can also have knob and shell oil.
I'm sure I can do shit. Hang on. It'll be worth it. Well, it's shill, but it's sort of shitty, isn't it? It's almost shit on there.
Yeah, another one was SO, which was 0.553. Yeah, a bit of free advertising for SO there. Look at that.
I can do motherfucker, but it requires sin, tan, and loci. And this calculator hasn't got it. So instead, shh, be quiet.
What did it take to be in the cool gang? I think you have to do something that's a bit scandalous, or have a really short set, or kiss a boy, or get fingered. If you've been fingered, then you're definitely part of the cool gang. It's like, she's been fingered. Yeah, let's hang out with her. She's cool.
Justin Hawkins steps out of the darkness and into the spotlight on the Friday.